and welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Shine, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Anthony Celano. And Anthony is a retired New York police detective turned author. So, Anthony, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
My pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
Sure. So, Anthony, tell us what you do.
Well, right now I'm an author. I had actually three careers. I had the police department career. I was a squad commander. And then I went in, I started a business called Full Security, which I had for 17 years. We were in Midtown Manhattan. And then after I retired there, I decided to how to do something. And I started writing, and I began these mystery series, these Sergeant Markey mystery series. And actually my fourth one will be coming out the end of this, probably in early July.
Oh, that's great. What's the name?
This new book is going to be The Case of Too Many Wives, about bigamy and murder. But I cut my teeth on the first one. It was called The Case of Two in the Trunk, which we got some very good reviews, which was encouraging enough for me to continue on with these recurring characters.
Wow, that's great. So tell me, Anthony, what's the inspiration? Where do you get your inspiration for the books you write?
My inspiration really comes from my life's just living. I was the kind of guy that was always creative. So if you would ask me a question, I could always give you a quick answer, but I would have like 4 or 5 different ways to answer the question. And so I could take a situation and then create a story around that. So if you were to give me a sentence, I could probably write a chapter based upon that sentence you gave me. And that was just something that I had.
That's great. So, Anthony, tell us, what are the challenges that you face as an author?
Well, there's a couple of challenges. The first challenge, obviously, is the marketing aspect of it. With marketing comes an expense, and that's always a concern. The other concern is more of a generational concern, because the older you get, the longer in the tooth you happen to be, the smaller your audience becomes. Because let's face it, I know my stuff, the old timers love it. Because they can relate to a lot of the things that I'm saying. And a lot of the younger people, maybe it doesn't move quick enough. Maybe it's not fast enough. I always felt that, if those who drive too fast never get to see the scenery. A lot of people drive fast. And so that's a little bit of a challenge. Try to keep it contemporary and yet appeal to your basic core audience.
So Anthony, what's the best way somebody could reach you? If they have questions or they're interested in what you do, how would they contact you?
Well, the easiest way to get a hold of me is my email, which is A Celano. That's A as in Anthony, C as in Charles, E as in Edward, L as in Larry, A as in Anthony, N as in Nancy, O as in Oscar, and the number 6@gmail.com.
Perfect. So, Anthony Celano, we have now come to the most important part of our show. And that happens to be the question of the week. So, Anthony Celano, this is your question of the week. You're walking through the woods when you come across a black suitcase. It contains $1 million and a blood-stained piece of paper with the word "don't" written on it. Will you take the suitcase home with you, or will you leave it, and why?
Well, at the risk of sounding like a boaster, I would say that I would call the authorities and turn in the money. But at the risk of being a liar, I would be lying if I told you I wouldn't take the money.
Even with the blood stain?
Well, blood stains, I'm in the woods. If somebody would come looking for it, I said, okay, here's your money. What else can I do?
That's a great answer. Well, Anthony Celano, you have said it all. You are creating mystery stories one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Freed.
I want to thank you too, Michael, for having me. Have a great day.